Now, do you know who Asmongold is?
No.
Asmongold is one of the biggest YouTubers, right? He's got 3 million subscribers. His videos get insane views.
But I've never heard of him.
You probably would have seen his face somewhere. He's very, very popular. His videos get millions of views. He started off as a World of Warcraft streamer, and he transitioned into doing like political commentary or commentary on games or like social commentary. He's just dropped a video that is super controversial. There's a clip that I've taken from it. It's super controversial. It's a 1 minute long. I'm just going to play it. You let me know what you think of it.
If you want to consider a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people, they have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a fuck. They're terrible people. It's not even a question. It's crazy that people don't see it that way. They'd be doing the same thing. And how much did they kill? As many as they can. They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways. It is that simple. No, I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't care. I don't support them.
So obviously he's talking about the bombings in Gaza, right? All of these people getting killed. He's saying he doesn't feel sorry for any of them.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a fuck. He's basically saying that Muslims or Islam is like an inferior culture. If they had the opportunity to do it, they'd be doing it right back to Israel. So he doesn't feel bad for them whatsoever. And I think somebody told me that he also doesn't feel bad the other way. He doesn't feel bad for any of them. I think that's a bad take, personally. I think that governments and militia groups do bad things, but to say that you don't feel bad, that a bunch of people are being murdered right now, there's good people in all cultures. I'd say most cultures have good people with bad people at the top. And that goes for everyone. To say that you don't feel... I feel bad when I go on Instagram and I see them being murdered. Yeah. I'd feel bad if I saw Jewish kids being murdered. Like, it's bad either way. The people are people. Just because governments and militias do bad things, you don't look at the whole people and go, I don't feel bad for those people. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a case of, like you're saying, there's good and bad in everything, but most of the time it's innocent people that are getting killed and young children who are definitely innocent and haven't done anything getting killed. And just as a normal human being, how you could just have the heart to feel so cold to that is insane.
Yeah, I don't know if, like, I don't know why he said that, because look, there's loads of, like, you even take the World War, right? Winston Churchill and Great Britain and all that, they were fighting back against the Nazis, but Winston Churchill bombed Germany, and some say it was unnecessary in some of the bombings he did, right? And they say that he's also a war criminal for doing those things. Now, obviously, we had to fight back against the Nazis, but I'd be lying if I didn't say that I feel sympathy for people that were caught up in that, because not all Germans were Nazis, right? So a bunch of innocents were killed. The same goes for the Japanese, right? The Japanese in the World War were like relentless attacks on Pearl Harbor. And they were like very scary to fight because there was like kamikaze attacks and whatnot. The Japanese were just completely relentless, and the Americans responded by dropping 2 nuclear bombs. I don't know if you've ever seen. There's an anime that depicts what the Japanese went through, and it's horrifying. When they drop the bomb, you watch people getting vaporized, literally watching their skin melt off them. And that's what they did there is still felt today. When I went to Japan, you could still. It was a very touchy subject. Like, you saw that Johnny Somali idiot saying Nagasaki and Hiroshima over and over. But just because there were pockets of Japan or the Japanese government or militias that did bad things, you don't turn around and say, yeah, fuck all of the people. Like, genocide is insane, right? That's wiping out an entire type of people.
Yeah.
Asmongold is saying he wouldn't feel bad if an entire type of people were wiped off of the face of the planet. And we've both got Muslim friends. I've also got Jewish friends. I've got Jewish, not as many. I've got a couple of Jewish friends. They're nice people. Just because they're the people that they belong to have not done the best things as of late, on either side of it. I don't think you should say that's crazy to say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Slate and target a whole kind because of what certain bad people do, but I just think it's a awful point to raise as well. Like it's not really valid. Yeah.
Look at our countries, right?
Yeah.
Sabi's Turkish. I'm Greek. And our countries went to war. Now, whatever side you sit on that war, I wouldn't turn around and be like, I want all Turks to be exterminated. Or I'm sure you wouldn't say I want all Greeks to be exterminated.
No, absolutely not. But there is a lot of people who do say that about the Greeks and the Turks, you know.
Yeah, they're stupid.
It very much is a thing that they want the whole race to be wiped out.
And the thing is, Turks and Greeks are very similar. We are very, very similar. As a matter of fact, I know Greek people that can't even tell us apart.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten pretty good at telling when someone's Turkish and when someone's Greek.
A lot of people think I'm Greek. Yeah. I get like Albanian, Greek, Moroccan, everything but Turkish.
You could pass for Greek, I guess. The point is that like people are not that different, you know. Like him sitting there saying that genocide is built into their religion is a bit of a ridiculous thing to say. Like there's good people that we know, loads of Muslims, right? This area is full of Muslims. None of them want to hurt anyone. Majority of them don't. And if a majority of Muslims did want to hurt people or did want to partake in any like of the barbaric activities that some of the people that belong to their faith do, we'd be in big trouble because there's a lot of Muslims. I also don't feel that way about Jewish people. When I walk amongst Jewish people, I don't feel threatened by them. Like I would feel threatened by their governments maybe. I'd feel threatened by military groups in the Middle East. I'd be scared. But those are military groups. They're not people on the ground. I watched a video today. I could literally show it to you right now. These camps were bombed, I think today or yesterday, and you can see a man in the fire burning. And there's nothing they can do to help him because they ain't got water. Do you want to see it? It's fucking harrowing. Like, watching him burn, I was like, these are people on the ground. And when I think about all of the wars through human history, where a group of people went into another person's land or they thought they were defending themselves, so they went to kill first, you're still killing women and children and innocent men in the pursuit of wiping out the government. Like Netanyahu said that in order for us to destroy Hamas, this is what we have to do. So for every Hamas soldier, like they might bomb 100 Muslims or whatever the number is. And even if it was on the flip side, where Hamas was bombing Israel in retaliation, I still, after everything that has happened with them, I still wouldn't say I don't care because they would have done it as well. That is the talking point of a man that sits in his bedroom and doesn't go outside and talks to people. I can't imagine he's interacted with many Muslims.
Yeah, and to even just film that and post it and think it's okay when you know you've got a big following is wild.
You can film and post whatever you want. I'm not Asmongold's dad. I'm not telling him what to do. But I do think that it's a bit of a crazy take. It's a bit of a crazy... Because I'm not gonna say name any names or name any cultures, but we live amongst some people here of particular demographics that do bad things in high numbers. I wouldn't turn around and be like, wipe them all out in this area. Like, it's such a backwards talking point, and I don't know if he was the thing is, Asmongold's not doing it for clicks because he's already got 3 million subscribers.
Did he lose followers after that?
No, I don't know actually. I have no idea. I guess we'll probably do a follow-up on this to see where people sit on that, but I'm not taking sides on this whole thing. I've never given my opinion on the war in Gaza or Israel or whatever. I just don't like seeing innocent people dying. I don't like seeing people burning in their houses. I didn't like seeing the attacks on, I think it was October 7th, when people were getting their heads chopped off and their bodies were getting thrown in cars. I don't like seeing children getting bombed now either. Whatever the justification is. I know there's been a lot of people that have asked me, will you come on here and condemn so-and-so? I'm just like, I'm not a war correspondent. I'm not here to report on this, and I don't know everything that's going on for me to sit here and talk about it. But what I do know is that killing people that are innocent in the pursuit of killing a militia or taking out a government, whatever your justification might be, I just don't like seeing people dying like that. Watching that man burn in his home today, I was sitting there. You know when you look at something on your phone, you can't look away even though you should. I was watching his skin fall off. I was like, oh
See,
my lord.
I can't watch stuff like that because it really messes with me mentally.
Yeah. I think people forget that these are human beings.
Yeah.
On either side, I'm talking about Jewish people or Muslims. Like, they're still human beings. I get being angry at a government and I get being angry at a militia or a military or whatever, but like your neighbor, the way people have turned so vitriolic towards each other, and when this whole thing started, even in my gym, people like shouting at each other, and I was like, you guys have lost the plot, man. The only thing that's gonna ever unite us is if aliens come down or there's a zombie apocalypse. Then people will like start fighting on the same side, and even then we'll probably end up killing each other. I'm telling you, those robots, they're gonna get us. They're gonna watch this.
So scary.
They're gonna watch this, and then those sex dolls are gonna come to life, and they're gonna do the fucking.